The Bold and the Beautiful. June 26th, the events of The Bold and the Beautiful have never been more explosive, and on Thursday, June 26th, the saga erupts into a full-blown legal and emotional firestorm that sends shockwaves across Los Angeles. While Spencer's dangerous seduction scheme culminates in a stunning move, he turns over damning audio and video evidence to Deputy Chief Baker, finally exposing Luna Nozawa's dark plans. Plans that targeted Steffi Forrester with ruthless precision and secret malice. The lipstick, camera, and wire he wore during the now infamous encounter capture enough to convince Baker of serious intent. Within hours, Baker files for a warrant. The trap has sprung. But Luna is gone. By the time law enforcement arrives at the apartment she was last seen in, she's already vanished. The door is ajar. The windows are open. There's no sign of struggle, but there is one critical find. A concealed firearm tucked beneath the lining of a bathroom drawer, registered to no one. The lipstick camera is also recovered, left behind, but still operational. It had continued recording after Will left, capturing Luna's panicked movements, her whispered phone calls, her final statement before disappearing. I'll turn it all on them. It doesn't take long for the press to seize the story. Spencer air seduces suspect in covert sting, runs across media outlets before noon. Spencer Publications, ironically, chooses silence. Bill Spencer, the silent benefactor behind his son's mission, declines all comment. But sources close to the family reveal deep internal conflict, especially with Electra Forrester, who is said to be devastated by the depth of Will's deception, even if she helped build the plan. Luna, meanwhile, resurfaces 72 hours later in downtown LA, escorted by a high-powered defense attorney. She surrenders quietly, but with a stunning twist. She tells reporters outside the courthouse that she was tricked, lured, and ambushed by the Spencer family. This was never about justice, she says. This was about control. They seduced me, set me up, and they'll do it to anyone who crosses them. But inside the DA's office, the evidence is already building against her. Prosecutors review the lipstick camera footage frame by frame. They analyze the audio from Will's wire. Luna is heard detailing a multi-phase plan that would have jeopardized Steffi Forrester's marriage, her corporate reputation, and possibly her safety. She speaks in hushed tones about taking Steffi off the board and describes using Will to do it. Her words are chilling. Calculated. There is no trace of coercion. No sign of entrapment. The camera never lies. Baker convenes a special legal team to prepare the case. A grand jury is summoned. What began as a covert sting operation spirals into a media-saturated legal nightmare. The courtroom becomes a stage for what the press dubs the Summer of Secrets. Viewers across the country tune in. Spencer's stock takes a hit. Forrester Creations issues a rare press release. And as opening statements begin, every major family in LA braces for the fallout. Luna's defense centers around one central idea: she was baited. Her lawyers argue that while Spencer manipulated her emotionally and physically, pushed her into confessions she would never have made otherwise, and exploited her vulnerable ties to the Carter legacy. He knew she was under pressure, one attorney says. He weaponized affection to create false consent. But the prosecution is relentless. They play clips of Luna calling Steffi a spoiled legacy princess who needs to be exposed. They show the jury images of the lipstick camera, point to the unregistered firearm found in her apartment, and underline the timing of her disappearance. This wasn't self-defense, the DA states. This was premeditated infiltration. And when her plans started to collapse, she prepared to flee. She didn't run from love. She ran from justice. Will takes the stand mid-season. He wears a dark suit, no tie, and delivers his testimony with unsettling calm. He tells the court that he acted to protect those he cares about, that he believed Luna was a threat, that he tried, more than once, to give her a chance to walk away. But she didn't. Instead, she kept digging, kept scheming, kept escalating. He recounts the moment she reached for his collar and saw the wire. "I knew she'd figured it out," he says. "But I didn't expect her to run. I thought maybe she'd finally stop." Electra is called next. Her face is pale, her tone bitter. "I helped set the trap," she admits. But watching it unfold, watching him kiss her, touch her, lie to her, I wasn't ready for that. Her voice cracks when she talks about the betrayal. "We said it was just an act, but it didn't feel like one anymore." Across the courtroom, Luna sits stone-faced. Her lawyers whisper furiously, but she remains composed, her eyes fixed on Will, expression unreadable. As the trial drags through the sweltering Los Angeles summer, twists begin to mount. Ridge Forrester testifies in support of Steffi, speaking about Luna's history of emotional instability and the tension she created inside Forrester Creations. Taylor Hayes, now engaged to Ridge, but watching him drift in thought whenever Brooke Logan's name is mentioned, stays mostly silent but offers a written statement about the psychological damage such betrayal causes. Nick Marone tries to comfort Brooke, who is now grappling with more than Ridge's betrayal. She's caught in a firestorm of public scandal. People are asking why she didn't see it coming, why she didn't warn Luna, why, once again, someone close to her family has become a lightning rod for disaster. Privately, Brooke wrestles with guilt. She knew Luna was unstable. She saw the signs. But she wanted to believe people could change. Now, someone she defended stands accused of attempted corporate sabotage, emotional manipulation, and the illegal possession of a weapon. Then, in late August, a leak emerges. An anonymous source provides the court with text messages Luna sent to an unidentified number weeks before the sting operation. In them, she references the final phase, getting Steffi out, and making Spencer beg. The messages are damning, and the jury stirs restlessly as they are read aloud. The tide begins to turn. The courtroom becomes more volatile. Protesters gather outside. Commentators speculate whether Luna will plead out to avoid a maximum sentence. But Luna doesn't fold. In a stunning move, she fires her legal team and announces she will represent herself. "No one knows what I've been through," she says in court. "No one knows what the Spencers did to me behind closed doors. They play clean for the press, but behind the scenes, they manipulate everything." This wasn't about Steffi. This was about survival. Judge Hunter gives her a warning. "You will conduct yourself as an officer of this court or face removal from your own defense." Luna nods, cool and defiant. But the truth is creeping in. The lipstick camera, the audio recordings, the firearm, the flight, the text messages. One by one, each element chips away at her case. The prosecution paints a portrait of a woman pushed to the edge, yes, but not by others. By her own ambition, her own obsession with power, and her own hatred of Steffi Forrester. As summer winds down, the jury prepares for deliberation. Closing arguments strike like hammers. The courtroom is exhausted. Emotions are frayed. And still, Ridge thinks of Brooke. Taylor watches him drift. Will sits silently beside his legal team, unreadable. Electra, eyes red, refuses to return to the gallery. Brooke, torn between pain and pride, watches everything unfold with steely detachment. Outside the courtroom, Bill Spencer is nowhere to be seen. Because this is the cost of strategy. This is what it means to play God with other people's lives. And as the judge gavels the court to recess, preparing for a verdict that could alter every family's legacy, one truth remains. In the bold and the beautiful, Justice is never simple, and the real drama begins only when the courtroom doors finally close. Lies, traps, and shocking turns as Will closes in on Luna, and Brooke faces Ridge's betrayal on the explosive Thursday, June 26th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Deception reaches dangerous new heights. Alliances twist in unexpected ways. And betrayal spreads like wildfire through the ranks of the Forresters and Spencers. This is not a story of love or family. This is war, covert, emotional, and potentially deadly. The characters move like chess pieces, each one risking everything in a game where truth is the ultimate weapon and exposure the ultimate threat. It begins with Luna Nozawa pushing harder than ever before, not just for attention, but for control. She sees Will Spencer as an asset, a piece she can move, bend, or break as needed. But what she doesn't know is that Will isn't just there for excitement. He's not just feeding into her lust for power. He's setting a trap. The goal? Get her to confess. Not to some trivial misstep, but to something far more calculated. A dark plan she's been hiding involving Steffi Forrester. Something deeper, more dangerous, and with the potential to ruin lives. Will plays the part flawlessly. He shows up relaxed, eager, playful. He flirts. He teases. He even lets Luna believe she's the one pulling the strings. But beneath the charming facade, Will is armed and dangerous. Literally. Tucked under his shirt is a listening device. Tiny, sensitive, and streaming audio straight to an encrypted signal. Hidden in his pocket is a lipstick-shaped camera. It's small but powerful, able to capture close-up video without alerting Luna to its true purpose. Every move, every sigh, every glance is being documented. But this is a tightrope act, and Will knows it. He can't press too hard or Luna will back off. He can't fake affection or she'll sense it. So when Luna leans in for a kiss, he lets it happen. Passionate. Intimate. On camera. For Electra Forrester, who is watching the feed in real time from a remote location, the sight is soul-crushing. She knows Will is acting. She knows it's part of the plan. But watching the man she loves lock lips with Luna, feeling her helplessness as it unfolds, is something else entirely. Her stomach knots. Her fingers tremble. This isn't just a game anymore. It's a personal hell. Electra had agreed to help. She had agreed to surveillance. She even supplied the lipstick cam herself. But no amount of planning prepared her for this. Now she's forced to sit back and watch the man she loves lie, seduce, and maneuver another woman for intel that may or may not exist. And the worst part? She's not even sure it's working. Luna isn't stupid. She's intuitive, sharp, and more suspicious than she lets on. As Will shifts the conversation towards Steffi, trying to poke, prod, and fish for the confession he needs, she stiffens. The mood shifts. Her eyes narrow. She doesn't like this line of questioning. And she definitely doesn't like how fast Will's charm seems to evaporate when Steffi's name comes up. Still, she plays along. For now. But something catches her eye. The lipstick. It's not hers. She doesn't remember putting it in her purse. And when she picks it up, something feels off. The weight. The temperature. The subtle vibration. Her instincts flare. She starts putting pieces together. Why has Will suddenly become so interested in her thoughts on Steffi? Why has he been showing up so often, so conveniently? Her heart starts to pound. Her hands begin to shake, but not out of fear. Out of rage. She excuses herself, but not before noticing a thin wire beneath Will's shirt as she grazes her fingers over his collar. It's barely visible, but it's there. She knows that texture. She knows what it means. And now she knows exactly what Will Spencer is trying to do. But Luna's not going to run. She's not going to scream. She's going to flip the script. She returns from the bathroom calm, collected, seductive. She begins unbuttoning Will's shirt, testing him, watching his reaction. And sure enough, his body tenses. She smiles, but it's not warm. It's lethal. Will doesn't know it yet, but he just crossed a line. And Luna Nozawa doesn't take betrayal lightly. What Will doesn't know is that Luna is armed too. Tucked into her designer bag is a small handgun. Insurance. Just in case. She never planned to use it until now. The scene teeters on the edge. One wrong word. One false move. If Luna discovers the lipstick cam's lens, if she finds the transmitter beneath the lining, this mission is over. And if she pulls that weapon, Will might not walk out at all. Back at Forrester Creations, Steffi Forrester has no idea how close she is to being caught in the crossfire. She suspects Luna is up to something, but she doesn't know just how deep the conspiracy runs. She continues pushing for answers, warning Elektra to stay alert and reminding her that Luna is unpredictable. But Elektra is barely listening. She's shaken, emotional, and disgusted. Watching Will kiss Luna was more than she could take. Steffi tells her it's all part of the operation, but Elektra isn't sure anymore. She feels betrayed, used not just by Luna, but by Will. And she's beginning to question whether this entire plan is worth the cost. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes are celebrating their engagement. Champagne, candles, soft music. Taylor is glowing, elated that Ridge has chosen her once again. For a moment, everything feels perfect. But the shadow of Brooke Logan still lingers. Ridge tries to ignore it. He tells himself this is a new chapter, that the past is behind him. But every time he closes his eyes, her face appears. Every time Taylor touches him, some part of him remembers the way Brooke used to, and deep down, he wonders if he's lying to himself. Elsewhere, Nick Marone is in motion. After eavesdropping on Ridge and Taylor's engagement moment, he rushes to Brooke, ready to drop the bombshell. He's erratic, unfiltered. Brooke immediately senses something's wrong. What is it, she asks, but Nick struggles to find the words. He's shocked, disgusted, maybe even a little jealous. When he finally tells her. Ridge said yes to Taylor. Brooke's face hardens. She doesn't cry. She doesn't scream. She just stares. It's the same look she had the day Ridge left her before. The same cold, wounded silence. Nick doesn't know what to say. He offers comfort, but she brushes it off. "Thank you for telling me," she says. And then she leaves. Back in the shadows, the drama simmers. The lipstick cam keeps rolling. The wire on Will's chest is still live. But time is running out. Luna's guard is up. Will's chances are shrinking. One slip, one accidental word, and this entire operation could implode. And if Luna pulls that gun, all bets are off. The road ahead is filled with landmines. Brooke is about to confront Ridge. Elektra is on the verge of walking away. Luna is planning something darker than anyone knows. And Will, who thought he had the upper hand, is suddenly dangling by a thread. In the bold and the beautiful, power never comes without a price. And on June 26th, the bill is coming due.